Hey, how's it going? Mike from Mike Rolls Dice, and this is a different video than what we normally do, but I wanted to point out Warlord Community just put out a new post talking about the new Ghost Infiltration Platoon. So I figured this would be a fun little video just going over the update on some of the new Japanese units and some of the stuff we have to look forward to in the near future. So who are you going to call new Ghost Infiltration Platoon Focus? And this just came out earlier today on the 19th, with copies of Invasion America beginning to arrive around the world and the accompanying K-47 rules update landing on Friday, which that is 2 days from now, the 21st. Now is the perfect time to take a look at a very important new platoon that forms a big part of the updated Empire of Japan army list. Let's meet the Ghost Infiltration Platoon, which I'm super excited about this. We went over this on stream, but I decided we should make a quick little video going over some of the new units and what they talk about in this article. So this new platoon lies straight at the heart of the story of Invasion America, and it really is what it says on the tin: a platoon of ghost warriors infiltrating. These units are Japan's advanced guards sent through the shinobi space to strike at the heart of United States Rift laboratories, and they've got the rules in a shiny new plastic box to match their Herculean task. So we have the 6th scene here with the melee-equipped Ghost Warriors, by the way, and the new Ghost Hero as well, which they're going to be talking about. So essentially, they're mentioning how there's a new platoon, as well as specialist platoons. The Ghost Infiltration Platoon can be taken instead of your compulsory assault platoon to form the core of a force. It's actually pretty lightweight and in its most stripped back form compared to some of the other specialist formations. A Ghost Infiltration Platoon commander, he's on the way, leading to 2 ghost attack squads and a special single type, the Oniaru Assault Walker, and that's it. We have this gorgeous Oniaru Walker with these ghost squad. As a US player plays a ton of walkers, I am very jealous. This is probably the coolest looking walker that they've come out with, and it has a sword. And you can see the melee equipped Ghost Warriors as well, which this guy looks like a great possible platoon commander model that you can kit bash. So one thing to note, the Oniaru will be on pre-order in late November, and it's a kit that builds all 3 versions, so I'm assuming it's the options that you can have, as I think there's only one Oniaru unit officially, right, in the army roster. But given how pivotal it is to the Ghost Infiltration Platoon and how heavily it features in Invasion America, we've decided on this occasion to release its rules alongside the rest of the new units. So that means on Friday, I believe, we're going to be getting the rules for the Oniaru. And this is really cool. We wanted to point this out from on stream, but we know that wargamers are a creative bunch, and we can't wait to see what you come up with to represent it between now and the kit's launch. Are encouraging some kit bashing and making your own Oniarus in the meanwhile, which is awesome. So you have the mandatory 2 ghost attack squads and the platoon commander and a single Oniaru, but you can also take 0 to 3 ghost attack squads and 0 to 2 shadow warrior squads. You can't just keep name dropping new units without context, Ed. Alright, first off, whoever writes these articles, I love the way that they write these articles, by the way. And another pair of Oniaru to mix and match with. If you want to add some heroic punch, you can also include the legendary Komura Tadaki, Scourge of the Spirit Realm, as part of the force. And all these options allow you to build out the Ghost Infiltration Platoon into a full army in its own right, or field a small one as part of your wider army. And essentially, the platoon has some special rules about how the Imperial Japanese are mastering shinobi space. So essentially, they have their unique once per game ability now for the platoon, allowing a Ghost Infiltration Platoon commander to use his Bon Odori Rift ability before executing an order, and allowing any other Ghost attack squads activated with a Snap 2 to do the same, opening up all manners of new tactical angles and letting you amass firepower exactly where and when you need it. The other is a platoon-wide buff to active Rift enhancements, but we'll leave that as a surprise for launch day. So you can have a Ghost Platoon commander using the Bon Odori Rift ability and then affecting 2 other units that it's snapping to, which is really cool. So new units, they'll leave Tadaki and Oniaru for Friday, but the Ghost Infiltration Platoon Commander and Shadow Warrior Squad are fair game. Now, Shadow Warrior Squad, I want you to think about what that could possibly be. We're going to see here in a sec. The commander is exactly what you would expect, a triple-R'd veteran Ghost Warrior selected to lead deep raids of the utmost importance, and as such he comes with the full Ghost Warrior stat line, including the Bon Odori, and he's not alone. Able to be accompanied by up to 2 extra Ghost Warrior squads equipped with a choice of Type 10 Shibura rifles, SMGs, and combat blades, he not only unlocks the new platoon, but also can serve as a slightly miniaturized Ghost attack squad in his own right, adding even more ultra maneuverable firepower to your list. His kit's the same as regular Ghost, but you can also build him straight out of the new plastics or existing Warlord resin kit, but we also encourage you to go mad kit bashing and converting. There's nothing to say we might not do an extra special unique model for him in the future, which that would be amazing. I would love a Ghost Platoon Commander, obviously. The Ghost Attack Squad's new commander are all about hard hitting at range and moving before the enemies can get to grips with them. They can also pack a decent punch in close quarters. This isn't their primary mission. When you absolutely positively need an enemy unit stabbed, sliced, and otherwise rendered messily incapable of further resistance, you'll soon be able to call upon the Shadow Warrior squads and use the new plastics to build them. Alright, this is where things get exciting, and I got super hyped on stream. These deadly warriors are close combat elites of the Ghost Battalions, armed with a bewildering variety of traditional melee weapons and practicing a brutal new martial art made even deadlier by Rift Tech. Made out of the same new plastics as the Ghost Attack Squads, the Shadow Warriors boast a very similar base stat line to their brethren, but eschew ranged weapons in favor of Deadly 3 and a truly lethal active rift enhancements. Kage no Kageki, which I pardon if I butchered that, but Shadow Attack. At its core, this is essentially a version of Bon Odori that lets the Shadow Warriors ghost walk directly into melee. That's right, you did hear that correctly. Charging any enemy unit within their line of sight, regardless of range. Which, this got me super excited to hear about. Of course, this does come with the risk of instant destruction if they fail a morale test, but if it lands, there isn't much that can stand up to them. So Deadly 3, I'm assuming they're going to have some sort of pen, either +1 or +2 pen, I don't necessarily know, depending on the weapons, and they'll be able to shadow attack and just ghost walk into melee. This is exactly what we talked about, and people were complaining about the ghost teleportation and essentially with how far you're going to have to be, which I think we are going to see changes in terms of how close you can now teleport to stuff, as well as kind of a mini buff for the ghosts. But now with Shadow Attack, you can just ghost walk into melee, which is amazing. And this makes me want to make a Japanese army now. I just got the British from Tabletop Strategist. Shout out to the Tabletop Strategist. Our code's still good with them till the 31st if you're looking to pre-order. I'm starting to wish that I pre-ordered the new Japanese instead of picking up the British automated platoons, as this kind of reminds me, I used to play Blood Angels as a 40k player. So I love melee armies, and I play more of shooting armies now in Conflict. This sounds like you could build a melee-focused Conflict army with the shadow walking new Ghost Attack Squads. Beware the deadly flashing blades. Imperial Japan is about to get a serious upgrade in close quarters combat. If your opponents weren't afraid of no ghosts before, they soon will be. Right, that's your quote of movie references used up for the year. Yeah, I love whoever writes these articles, great. If you want to field a Ghost Infiltration platoon of your own, the new plastic set is the perfect starting place. This is kind of exactly what we were talking about in terms of the sort of stuff that we were looking for with the Japanese. And I mean, personally, I think the Japanese are headed in an amazing direction. I really am curious about the Walker. We're going to see the Walker and the new hero, the new hero's abilities on Friday. So we'll probably make another video possibly over the weekend covering that. But otherwise, I think just even hearing about the platoon and the new shadow walking ghost units, I'm super excited. What are they called again? The Shadow Warrior Squad. So anyways, I just wanted to make a quick video covering this. We went over this on stream, and we were so excited for it that I figured I would want to share it with you folks. So Anyways, we're excited for Invasion America here on the channel. I think Rev got a notification that he's going to be getting a shipment from Warlord soon. The second we get an Invasion America, I plan on opening it up, taking a look at the book on stream, possibly making some videos on it, but more so, we're going to be trying to film as many of the scenarios in Invasion America as we can. Well, again, my name is Mike from Mike Rolls Dice. Thank you so much for tuning in. If you haven't checked out, we have our Conflict 47 solo TTRPG series, The Adventures of Jerry, and we have 3 episodes. The 3rd episode just came out, and we also have a game of Turnip 28 that I'm working on that's coming out in the near future. All right, well, thank you so much for watching. As always, we look forward to Invasion America coming out here soon, and look forward to a ton of content featuring the Japanese and the Americans, and some other factions as well, of course. And until the next video, as always, keep rolling high on those dice.